In the midst of celebrating a huge achievement, Lucid Group, a retailer of premium electric vehicles as well as sophisticated battery technology, is basking in the glow of having reached a significant milestone. With the first Air EVs already on the road, the stock is nearing high levels last seen during the SPAC era before the acquisition. It's up to the public to evaluate if a firm that just started selling a few automobiles with a market capitalization of more than $60 billion is cheap or costly. Analysts have differing opinions on whether it's a good deal or a bad one. In today's video, we'll inform you about upcoming events in Saudi Arabia that Lucid is preparing, as well as how the company's worth might be justified by these events. So stay tuned. Welcome back to New Vehicle Media, your go-to channel for EV stock. Quick reminder that subscribing is free and liking the video helps YouTube suggest similar content. Comments are loved and featured in upcoming videos. As oil costs climb, there is a growing interest in electric vehicles. And with a proposal to prolong a $7,500 tax credit for home purchasers, the Biden administration is attempting to spark that excitement even further. In addition to the Air models, Lucid Motors has unveiled a second vehicle, which is a crossover SUV, the Project Gravity. However, excitement is running against a brick wall of analyst pessimism. TipRanks has an average one-year price objective of $23.33 for LCID stock, which is much lower than where the company is now trading. The average forecast for revenues in 2022 is $1.74 billion. This implies that investors are already paying 22 times next year's revenue in order to acquire shares in the company. Analysts were already challenging the American manufacturer's value before the company's recent run-up, claiming that its $41 billion valuation was excessive. If $41 billion was deemed excessive, how much more is $60 billion? It's also worth noting that the luxury automaker is not the only new EV maker that is already offering goods to customers. Electric pickup trucks are also now available from Rivian, the company supported by Ford and Amazon, which plans to build 100,000 delivery vans for Amazon alongside its pickup trucks. The stock of LCID has risen by 50% in only a few weeks, as the firm started delivering its Air cars to customers. The automobiles are receiving evaluations that are reminiscent of the early Tesla vehicles, which were packed with compliments. Lucid, on the other hand, has not yet achieved what Tesla accomplished years ago, that is, mass manufacturing and entry into the mainstream market. Despite this, the LCID stock is now trading at over $35 with a market capitalization of more than $60 billion. That's just $15 billion shy of Ford Motors' whole market cap. The majority of electric vehicle startups have failed because they lacked the necessary funds to expand manufacturing. Thanks to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, this isn't an issue for Lucid. During the company's IPO in the summer of 2021, the Kingdom had a 60% shareholding and earned a sizable gain over it. The value of its $2.9 billion investment increased over $20 billion. This has been an extremely successful year for the Saudis, who have seen oil revenues at Saudi Aramco more than triple. Even though they've got a massive oil gusher, they're investing heavily on solar projects, where Lucid Group is again another piece of the jigsaw for them to put together. A plant in the Kingdom has been offered by the corporation, which recognizes that Saudi Arabia is in desperate need of high-paying employment to accommodate its rapidly expanding population. The American manufacturer has promised that manufacturing would commence in that location in 2024, which is part of the Saudi Vision 2030 initiative. However, whether Saudi residents would accept car jobs, even if they're lucrative ones, and how well they will perform is still up in the air. For the time being, Lucid is looking on the positive side of things. For Lucid, Saudi Arabia is the second largest market in terms of pre-orders. It's an interesting case study to look at. After all, it is a wholly American company. In light of this new paradigm, how does Lucid Group fit into it? Up to this point, Lucid Group has been the only major EV manufacturer to outline detailed intentions for developing a significant presence in the Asia-Pacific area. The firm looks to benefit from a prodigious first-mover advantage in the Kingdom, similar to what Tesla had in the state back in the day. Another significant declaration was made recently by Saudi Arabia, which ordered that at least 30% of all automobiles in the capital city of Riyadh be electric by 2030. Over the next 10 years, the city's carbon emissions are expected to be halved as a result of this initiative. With a population of over 8 million people, this project alone would generate a demand for more than 2 million electric cars by 2030. Keep in mind that luxury SUVs account for around 20% of all imports into the kingdom at the current date. This situation is well timed to coincide with the introduction of the Lucid Group's Gravity SUV in 2023. Critics, on the other hand, would say that Tesla, as the current EV leader, stands to benefit significantly from the continuing shift to a green economy. This is where Lucid Group's competitive advantage as a first mover in luxury comes into play. That being said, the major question is LCID a buy? The shares of Lucid soared by more than 4% on the first Friday of November. The first wave of Lucid Air Dream Edition reservation holders received their automobiles over the weekend. LCID is considered one of the strong, long-term electric vehicle investments by the analysts. While the stock is trading above a reasonable purchase point, it has already gone beyond the buy zone, leading experts to conclude that the stock is no longer a buy at this time if you're a short runner. However, there is another catalyst for the stock in November, and that is the company's third quarterly report, which has the potential to lift the price either way. If you want to see a more in-depth video about this, you can do so by clicking on the first link below the like button. Lucid might have the first mover advantage in the kingdom, but to be successful in the rest of the world, the luxury automaker's battery manufacturing capabilities will be the deciding factor to allow it to go further. The business has begun manufacturing, although it relies on technology from Korea. Tesla, on the other hand, manufactures its own batteries, a factor contributing to its potential $1 trillion valuation. When it comes to electric cars, batteries are the most important component to consider. They are the ones that provide value to the product, not the body, the style, or the technology. Batteries are the reason why Musk can look at startups like Lucid and Rivian with a sarcastic grin on his face. He has found out what they have to figure out yet. Bear in mind, Lucid was formerly a battery tech company, and there is no doubt that Lucid has the potential to be a winner if they continue with their battery DNA and keep developing over time. I'm interested in hearing what you have to say. Do you believe that the battery will continue to be the most important aspect in the valuation of the American manufacturer in the future? How important do you believe the kingdom is in determining the value of Lucid? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment below. On the basis of the amount of deliveries in 2022, Bo Jiang believes that LCID is currently overvalued and is thus more costly than Tesla. Nonetheless, he believes that the future of LCID is promising. That should wrap things up for today. Keep in mind that subscribing is still free and liking helps YouTube recognize your preferences. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.